Hey, welcome everybody to the 40 Finance channel. This is the first video in a mini series I'm putting together that digs into all the different features in Seeking Alpha. If you watch my channel, you know that I use this platform all the time for my stock research and all the data points that I use in my calculations. And it is also the only product that I promote on my channel. And with this, I occasionally get the questions about, who is this platform for? Is this a good subscription for me? Do I really need it? And that's what we're going to cover here in this first video is what is Seeking Alpha? What is it good for? What are the different subscription options? And is it something you can use in your sort of investing journey? Now, if you find this description helpful and you're interested in learning more, please consider using my promotion link down in the description in the comments. It gives you a discount on Seeking Alpha Premium, as well as a 7-day free trial that you can try out the platform on your own. All right, let's kick things off with the different levels of Seeking Alpha subscriptions. And if you watch my channel, 99% of what I show, if not more, all falls under Seeking Alpha Premium. So Seeking Alpha Premium unlocks the majority of the website, except for very, very specific areas that we'll talk about here in a second. But when we go back here and we start clicking through the site, most of everything that I would just say, average person needs from a stock research standpoint, including, millions of investing ideas, quant scores, all those things, that's all in this baseline Seeking Alpha Premium subscription. And this premium subscription is billed annually. It works out to be about $22, $23 a month. When you use the promotion link down below, you get $30 off the base cost of $300. And then, of course, you get the 7-day free trial before your card is charged so you can try things out. All right, next is Seeking Alpha Pro. This is significantly more expensive. This is about $200 a month charged annually. And to be honest with you, I have never subscribed to Seeking Alpha Pro, but more or less it unlocks a new level of picks and sort of premium analysts, if you will. But when it comes to the website and the core functionality, I haven't really come across anything that Pro offers when I'm researching, stocks that I'm familiar with. I haven't seen anything that Pro offers that I don't already get in Premium. Okay, next is investing groups. And these are individually sponsored sections, like mini memberships, if you will. And the majority of them are run by outside people. So whether they're financial professionals or just people who dig into different sectors like dividend stocks, REITs, technology, etc. And they charge a fee per month to get in, and those people share their stock picks. Sometimes they have chat groups, email alerts, stuff like that. But the investing groups are a very nuanced offering. So we'll look at it in a second, but you'll see it really just comes down to if a particular individual is offering some sort of research or stock pick methodology that you don't think you can get anywhere else. And in that case, you could opt to sign up. Most of these groups are running about $50 a month. Some of them are higher, some of them are a little lower. But again, they're optional, right? They don't really affect anything that you're doing with Seeking Alpha Premium. All right, finally, we have the Alpha Picks service. This is very specifically for people who kind of want to be hands-off with their research. Now, Alpha Picks builds an entire portfolio. In fact, it has an existing portfolio right now. They did a reset approximately 2 years ago where they started again, so-called from scratch. And you get about 2 stock picks a month that they add to the portfolio. They also send you alerts when they sell from the portfolio. And you have a whole, members area, dashboard area dedicated specifically to Alpha Picks. And the cost for this service is $500. The discount link below gets you, I believe, $50 off your first year. And once again, this is separate from Seeking Alpha Premium. So Seeking Alpha Premium unlocks the broad majority of the website, and then Pro, investing groups, and Alpha Picks are additional services you can opt for but everything you see on my channel is typically related to Seeking Alpha Premium. All right, let's get back to the homepage here and talk about who specifically is Seeking Alpha Premium made for. And I would say first, you would likely be a long-term investor or a longer-term swing trader. Now, if you're a day trader or you're a penny stock trader or something like that where you're capitalizing in volume on small moves, I don't think Seeking Alpha is a good platform for you. This is the best way I can describe it. This is a stock research and analysis platform. And by the stock research, we'll see all the sort of fundamental metrics and the quant scores and things that Seeking Alpha builds into their stock pages. But it's also the news and the different opinions from other people that make this platform truly unique. So outside of news, which I think speaks for itself, just keep in mind that Seeking Alpha has its own news desk. All right, so everything they do, they publish, give or take their own little article on it. And news, for the most part, is news, right? It does not include an opinion. This is an example for Arista Networks. It's a very quick-hitting news piece. Sometimes they have quotes, sometimes they don't. But if you were following Arista Networks in a portfolio or you had notifications for this stock turned on, you would get a notification about this news piece. So if there's stock that you're interested in, you follow the stock, you can add it to a portfolio. So just for fun, I'm going to put it in this one. And this is if you want to add any notes to that. And then when you go to this notifications bell, you see that you can do a price notification if you're interested in that, and you can do the content notification. And you have two different kinds of content. You have the analysis articles, which we'll look at in just a second. We have the news piece that I just showed you an example of. And then how do you want to get that information? Okay, do you want an email for every single article and news piece that comes out? Or if you are on the mobile app, you can just get an app notification. There is a Seeking Alpha app for both Apple and Android, and that's another way that you could get this. All right, flipping back here to the home page, and this trending analysis, this is the articles portion of the stock that we just looked at, the Arista Networks, where if you wanted to get notifications for articles, that's what this is. And they call these analysis articles, okay? And what you get with this is written by someone within the Seeking Alpha community, okay? Now, that person could be someone like me. It could be a New York, Wall Street trader, something like that. It could be a CFP. It could be a lot of things. But there's a whole army of people in the community who do these deep stock dives. And what I love about it is it gives you that unique opinion from someone else on the stocks that you follow. So they're not all bullish articles. They're not all bearish. In this case, Intel, he's calling a hold. And there's a certain format to these analysis articles. Number one, you need to do these bullet point summaries at the top. So that comes in handy for me because 99% of the time I just read this. And then I would say the built-in expectation here from the community is that you will support everything you say with data. So unlike a lot of claims that people make on social media or celebrity news or whatever, there's pressure on authors here to support what they say. And ultimately, at the bottom, if I scroll all the way down here, you'll get some commentary. Did this person agree with what you said? Did you provide enough evidence? And, I know that internet comments are hit or miss, to say the least. But generally speaking, on this particular platform, it's a lot more open-minded than you would see, maybe on a Twitter or a Facebook. Okay, let's talk about stock pages. We sort of covered the analysis and news articles. Let's talk about metrics involved with individual stocks. And you see at the top here, we're on Visa, and the Visa stock page by itself You could go down 6,000 rabbit holes. This is a seasonality chart that tells you how Visa has performed, the so-called win rate by month over the past 10 years. You get the quant rating unlocked, which is Seeking Alpha's proprietary algorithmic measure, if you will, of a stock. And then you also get the access to how the authors on the site, the people we were talking about earlier in the analysis articles, how have they scored Visa over the past 30 days? And they also do the same thing for Wall Street analysts, which would be the people that you typically see on TV. Now, with the Wall Street folks, you don't necessarily get the insight or the rationale. You just get what they have called it. Is it a buy? Is it a strong buy, etc.? But if we look at the Seeking Alpha analysis and we just click on this 10 people say buy, what's really cool here is you can see how the ratings across the site have changed over a month, 6 months, a year, whatever. And then you get the actual analysts who are writing about this stock and what they're saying about it. And the best part of all, and another reason why you'll see, let's just say higher quality articles and analysis, is they actually mark you up when you write an article. So if Giannis here says buy, which it looks like he did in November 3rd, that gets charted on your author profile. And so people can look back, and if you're always writing an article that says Visa sucks and it's crashing to zero, well, you'll have those marks on your chart where you said sell. And if everybody in the world can see that the stock went up from there, then obviously it makes your opinion a little less valuable. Now, I talked about the quant rating, and they also score that on a daily basis. The quant rating is based on these 5 metrics of a stock, and they're all compared to their sector, and that's very important to understand. So when you look at Visa, you might be like, whoa, F valuation, that's terrible. Well, you have to dig a little bit deeper because that's only applies to the sector. I believe that Visa is in a financial sector, so they might be going against, regional banks or something that have very, very low PE ratios. So that could be the explanation there. But you see also you get a good growth score. Profitability, momentum does come into play with the quant score. So I did say this is probably not a platform for day traders. Long-term momentum is okay, and they do score that. So you get a feel for how people are buying a stock and how is the price moving against the different daily averages. And then lastly, the quant score looks at EPS revisions. How have analysts been revising EPS projections for a stock like Visa over the past, several days? And you can see you actually get a daily chart here for Visa. Now, it hasn't changed much, but you can go back and try to identify areas of volatility or areas where the quant rating found that something changed in Visa's trajectory. All right, the other thing you get in Premium is a host of stock screener tools and pre-sorted lists. These screeners are all ones that I built myself, certain collections of stocks based on, market cap, growth, things like that. But they have their own. These Seeking Alpha screens are ones that were made by the company, and every imaginable category is what it has, basically. You got healthcare, financials, top communication stocks, and then if you click on any one of those lists, you can further sort. So if you want to go by growth, for example, you'd switch to the growth tab, and let's just say you want who's projected to have the most revenue growth looking forward in this particular sector, and there you go. You can sort it that way. You can sort it by EBITDA looking forward. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Basically, anything that you can imagine. All that information's in here for every imaginable sector and stock, and it's all sorted against each other. That makes it very, very easy to compare. All right, earlier we talked about investing groups, and I just wanted to show you what that looks like. I am not part of any investing groups, But what you have here is different themes. So if you wanted to get into, let's just do REITs for fun. And you can click on that. You could also type it in. And what it gives you is the groups that are related to REITs. And it looks like there's about 4 of them. And then for each investing group, you get a little overview about what they're doing every day. What you get are real-time REIT portfolio, trade alerts, and exclusive research, REIT CEO interviews, market updates, and they have a live chat platform somewhere in there. And then this one is running $33.27 a month. So that's an additional cost beyond Seeking Alpha Premium. This one looks like they have a free trial. And one of the things that you can do if you're a Seeking Alpha Premium member and you have most of the site unlocked, you can go into this particular author. Let's see if it shows up. So this analyst, you can at least go back and read some of his or her pieces that they published publicly. So here's one, 3 high-quality REITs that have become cheap. And without even joining his group, you can kind of read through here and just see like, hey, is anything that this guy writes about, does it pique my interest? That's what's really kind of fun about the investing groups is these guys are out here, they're trying to sell their group, right? So, but in order to do that, they need to write compelling arguments or compelling analysis articles to draw attention to their group. So for you, it works out to be a great way to sniff things out and see if it's anything you're even interested in. All right, last stop here, we have the Alpha Picks, which is the sort of done-for-you portfolio where they update every single move that they're doing. Now, there's a ton of restrictions for me as someone who promotes Seeking Alpha. I can't give away the farm on Alpha Picks. What I can show you is the closed positions of note over recent time. And you can see this is the close date and how long that they had it. So in the case of Modine Manufacturing, looks like they picked it up Jan of 2024. They closed the position Valentine's Day. And as I stare at it closer, it looks like they purchased the initial lot in 2022, and that had a huge return, but they sold both at the same time. That gives you an idea of how this works, just eyeballing these closed positions. And the thing that I'll say about Alpha Picks, and let's see, you do get the articles that talk about why they did it, okay? But the thing that I want to say about Alpha Picks is if you're going to join this for roughly $450 a year with the promotional link down below, you're going to need some capital, okay? So you can't run into a portfolio service and have $100 because every month they're adding 2 stocks and they could potentially be dropping 2 stocks. So if you join Alpha Picks tomorrow, I can tell you there's about 30 plus stocks in the portfolio. So if you want to immediately jump in and replicate the existing portfolio, you're going to need some capital, to say the least. Now, if you just want to pick it up from this point forward, obviously you have more time and you're just talking about 2 stocks a month and however you want to do that. But they give you the portfolio outline. It's a list similar to what I was allowed to show you, but it has the percentages of each stock. So how is the portfolio comprised against 30 stocks? Most of them, I believe, were certainly under 10% of the 30, and then that gives you an idea of how it's constructed. But again, you're going to need capital to keep up with a service like this. Okay, so that's all the different membership options and a little preview of each one for Seeking Alpha. As I said before, I do almost every single thing that I do is with Seeking Alpha Premium, okay? And that's the one that you see that I promote on the channel all the time, okay? So that's $300 a year, discount link down below. Sometimes it's $30, sometimes it's $50. It really just depends on what time of year and what specials they're running. My discount links automatically change over to the best deal at that time period. And then, of course, you get the 7-day free trial on the front end. So that's before your card's charged. So you don't have to ask for a refund. But if you hate it, for some reason, then don't forget to come in on the 6th day and just cancel it. All right, thanks for watching. Hope everybody's doing well. We'll see you on the next video.